I need to play TGM4. It's... something is speaking to me. Something is taking control of my brain. Hold on, let me bring down the game audio so that you can actually hear me and not just TGM. I also need to... yeah, I need to move over here. I mean, I could mirror myself for this. I hate this, though. This looks wrong. So, I can't... no, I gotta be down here. I gotta be down here. Because I haven't made any borders for this yet. Yeah. Boop bop. Boop bop. Alright, is everything going? Is the stream happening? It says the stream is happening. Okay. I was just making sure. Because Twitch was not loading right. And I wanted to make sure I had like mod view opened or something. Alright, let's get back to it. Oh. I was wondering if it would be quicker to use soft drops for that. But then that's the consequence of soft drops. There's no initial lock delay. This is such an awful start. I can't believe I've done this to myself already immediately. Oh, good luck, Inquire. I don't know. I just decided this out of the blue. I just really wanted to play some TGM4. I meant to flop to the other block. You know, one thing it's going to be hard for me to check chat when my preview window is constantly has fast movement on it. Because usually I could recognize on the other screen if someone said something by there being movement. But TGM4 just has so much movement on it already. That's... Oh, what have I done? Oh. No. Oh. Oh, it's over now. They're saying she's the worst to ever do it. Yeah, okay. Well, that was horrible. Let's do that again, but good. Hey, so it does work. I'm just... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Well, that worked. Well, sort of. It half worked. I'm also trying to practice things like the initial hold system, just so they eventually become muscle memory. Um, ooh, um, no, why did I do that? Oh. No, I'm gonna have to do cleanup now. Ugh. No. Why is it that the last time I played this, I had only eaten one meal all day, and it was like past midnight, and I was 5 blocks away from clearing this mode. But today... today, I'm struggling with even just the opening. Oh. I have nothing to use there. No. No. That's not what I had in mind. But it's what I got. Ooh. It's just a Tuesday. No. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Oh. No. Oh. No, oh, okay. Should I have, like, rotated it so that it wouldn't have caught? Then put it in the position I wanted it to be in? Like... No. No. Oh... No, no. What a stupid way to die. One oh six. Whatever the number, whatever the rating system means, I genuinely have no idea what this means. I should post links, huh? I hate posting links. Oh, do I hate it. But, it's probably a good idea. But yeah, let me post some freaking links in places. There. Some posts in some places. Except not Blue Sky, because my account is, it's just gonna be me posting that I'm streaming. Because I don't really make actual real posts anymore. Shit posting has left me. So and I don't know. I mean, I guess some people do follow just for stream notifications. In the abstract, not me specifically. And just like the last run, I immediately fucked things up. Oh. Yes, give me a tower of square blocks. Oh, there goes the back-to-backs. Well, you know, This isn't my strongest opening, but it is better. It is better than the last two runs. So maybe the secret is the well direction. Yes, that... Yes, I'm definitely at a skill level where the placement of my well matters. Yes, absolutely. Well, now, why would I do that? Why would I make it so that I required a line piece to continue setting up my Tetrises? Especially when it's this tall. It's so hard to make small talk when you're playing TGM4 because even though I'm still at the start of the game, it's taking every last brain cell. Oh, all 4 of them. It just, I guess what I also need to ask myself is, like, how much are back-to-backs really worth? Are they really worth more than just not knocking out some singles or doubles to keep the well from eating line pieces? Is it really worth the setup? I don't know. But what I do know is that I am full of greed. I know I'm full of greed and that I am not making time targets. Well, sure, fine. Fine, that's not my order, but I'll eat it anyways. No, I don't want to talk to the waiter. It's fine. Trust me, it's... No, don't... Oh, ugh. Okay, at a certain point, I'm gonna have to start answering the hard questions, like... Oh... Oh... Yeah, okay. No, it's time to... Nope. It's not time to do that. In fact, I think it's never time to do that specific move. What? Oh. Oh. watching my mind decay in real time. Yeah, that'll get caught on there, and then there, and then we'll have proof that maybe she doesn't learn. Verified proof. Fact checked. It's going in a paper. A white paper, because I don't know if you've tried putting construction paper in a printer, but it doesn't work. Oh. See, I'm supposed to be this close to the top of the well, like, later, when there's good reason to panic. Not right now. Oh, hi, Dark Raven. How's it going? I'm playing Tetris the Grandmaster, and I'm completely fucking it. You know, maybe I just shouldn't have gone live. Maybe I should have just played it. I was hoping, like, yeah, I was so close to winning the last time I played. I'll go live. That way I can actually have, like, video of me finishing a TGM4 run. But instead, I just have video of, embarrassing myself. But, you know, sometimes that's how things go. Yeah. I thought booing etiquette was out. I thought we stopped doing that. But yeah, hopefully things are going well for you, and whatever that you're trying to accomplish today, you're doing a better job than I am. Any progress on my waltz? I worked on it a bit more. Like, let's see. Because, like, the harp has two clefs, because you play treble clef and bass clef, because you have two hands on the thing. So I started adding some notes to the bass clef. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with the violin part, or if that's just going to have a solo later on. I did send it over to Tavi to see if she had any advice, but I don't think she's had a chance to look at it quite yet. And also, I did just kind of send it to her instead of asking for advice, so that might be part of it too. It turns out that it's easier to get advice when you explicitly ask for it. So yeah, I just figured, I don't know, because Tavi was telling me that I'm trying to start with stuff that's too complicated, so I figure, like, oh, well, it's 3/4 times simple as compared to, like, you know, 7/8 or something. And that way I don't feel like as... I don't know, I feel like if I just do something in, like, 4/4 time, I've got it in my head that I'm like, wow, that's not good enough, despite the fact that a lot of probably the majority of good music is in 4/4. And I'm just like, easy time signature. Yeah. Even though I'm not a composer, how dare I choose a boring time signature? As if 3/4 is all that more uncommon. Yeah, and I think in order to do that, I've also been listening to some of the waltzes in my collection just to get an idea of how people use the pieces that play off of each other and how you can add, you know, energy and liveliness into something without necessarily changing its tempo or time signature. Hey, I mean, here's the thing. You still know more than me because you make music, which is not a thing that I have done since high school. I used to do music in high school, but it also wasn't sheet music or electronic music. It was like singer-songwriter stuff on guitar and vocals. So I am a little out of my depth here. Cuz it's like, I don't know, like knowing a certain degree of music terminology. It's kind of like how you can read about something in a book all that you want, but none of that ever none of that's ever going to be the same as doing it. Jesus. Um you know, it's and that's not to say that like reading books or something like that doesn't mean that you're informed, you know. But it's like I can read about the techniques on how like the construction techniques of how houses are built, but that doesn't mean to be like, oh yeah, I watched some YouTube videos about it. I could definitely build a house. Um, you know, no amount of studying makes up for experience. Um, and I arguably haven't even studied this as much as I've studied some other things in my life. So maybe I could do with some more TGM4 studying based on my performance today. No. Oh. 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 No. No, it's not good sportsmanship to just give up. But I'm doing it anyways. Okay. Well, I think the thing is that you have different areas of knowledge than me on music. You have more experience writing and making music. Well, a lot of my experience is like encyclopedic knowledge on my personal library of music and a lot of, you know, soundtracks. I don't think that those things are necessarily the same category of knowledge, you know? If that makes any sense. You know, I'm an avid music listener who branches out with their taste a lot. But, we're, like comparing, like, bits of knowledge as, like for like, you know. Oh, ads starting in like a minute, less than a minute. So, I guess I'll just focus on the run for now. Ads are still going, so... Or I guess ads were still counting down before they started, and now they've started. Although, I'm not sure if the dashboard is, like, 100% accurate. Also, I'm pretty good at Tetris. Ads BRB. Okay, so now they set in. Yeah, because I know there's, like, time delay and stuff like that. I just know one time my sister came in and she didn't get an ad break. And I was like, oh, huh, you didn't get one? And then it just hit her late. So... I think the Twitch ad countdown is like it's a suggestion. It's a suggestion of when ads will be happening. Ads will be happening. But depending on the viewer, you can't really say when. It's like around there. It's like it's an approximation. Is what we in the biz say. I don't know what biz I'm pretending that I'm in. Okay. No. That's not what I wanted for Christmas. That's not what I wanted for Christmas. $59 seconds left of ads. Okay. Ad break ended, but is it really over? And why has my well switched directions? Nope, nope, wrong L, wrong L, wrong L. Wrong L piece. Amateur's mistake, amateur's mistake. Okay, I'm getting lines either way. I'm getting lines no matter what. Will I fix this? The world's worst architect has logged on. Hey, back. Alright, actually back. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, I think that the Twitch ad dashboard does not line up exactly with when you get ads. Like, depending on the user, it's a little bit different, I think. Or it's not factoring in the stream delay in there or something. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm being a little hard on myself in terms of Tetris, just because I've done so much better when playing Tetris the Grandmaster. Not that I'm like a Grandmaster. Oh God. Oh no. Not that I'm a Grandmaster or anything. You know. That's like a goal I have, but it's not like a goal I think I'm going to achieve, especially not today. Haha. Hee hoo hoo. That's ass. And my laundry timer only has 3 minutes on it. Okay, well, I'm gonna do one more run before I go do my laundry, and I'm gonna turn off the alarm now, so that doesn't scare me in the center of a run. But yeah. Um, oh, hi Belle. How's it going? I'm, I'm doing better than you. Well, I think most people don't play Tetris the Grandmaster, so that's probably true. Um, I'm I'm so doing so bad today at TGM. But I mean, I know a lot of people don't necessarily know what Tetris the Grandmaster is, or the differences between it and normal Tetris. Um, but I had become aware of Tetris the Grandmaster as a kid. I think I was like in middle school when I found out about Tetris the Grandmaster and its arcade machines in Japan. Um, and I had always wished that they'd bring one of them over here because every entry was Japan only. Um, you know, until this decade, every single entry was Japan only. Um, I didn't know you could just run TGM3 on your PC because it runs on an arcade platform that's Windows XP based. Wish I had known, but I was like, dang, if they come here, I want to play them and get Grandmaster someday because they just look like fun Tetris games, and I was kind of in awe of like the skill display that people have with it. And then when they finally put out Tetris the Grandmaster 1 and 2 on PS4 and Switch, you know, I bought them. They didn't ever re-release TGM3, but considering that's based on like a Windows XP arcade board, I think that's out of scope for a company like Hamster to do a port. And then now we have TGM4, which is a native PC game. And officially released in the West with its initial launch. So I don't know. I'm trying to make good. I'm trying to make good on like 11-year-old Vivian's desires here. Yeah, the cool thing about Windows XP based arcade games is you don't need to emulate them. A lot of them can run natively. The thing that's not cool is that some of them don't run natively, and when you shut down the arcade game, it sends a Windows shutdown request. Um, so sometimes when you're trying to close the arcade game, it shuts down your entire computer. I don't think TGM3 does that, but if you try and play like Half-Life 2 Survivor, that will happen. I speaking from experience, because I was trying to play Half-Life 2 Survivor because it just seems so weird. But yeah, I think it was the Taito Type X board, I want to say. I think each TGM game is run on a different architecture. Well, I mean, I guess Taito Type X is pretty similar to, you know, there's some architectural roots between Windows XP and Windows, like, 10 or 11. This also runs well, under Proton in my experience. I've played this on the Steam Deck. Sometimes that's how I get practice runs, and I guess technically all runs are practice runs. It's just expensive, but TGM has, I don't know, unique mechanics and unique feel that I really like. It's just, it definitely is an enthusiast product. It's definitely priced that way. A lot of people have been wondering, why are you playing this Tetris game that costs $35? Even though Tetris Effect Connected, like, you know, didn't used to go on sale all the time. Especially because I've had that since before it was Tetris Effect Connected. It was just Tetris Effect. I had it when it was like a PS4 exclusive. I find it very funny that a lot of Linux people are also like, yeah, old versions of Windows. That shit's cool. Like, everyone's in agreement that, like, yeah, Windows sure hasn't shitified. Oh my god. I gotta plug the holes. I gotta stop the bleeding. Tetris Effect is cheaper. Tetris Effect tends to be cheaper, yes. It goes on sale. But you're not gonna get TGM-style mechanics in Tetris Effect. Which I realize that most people don't know what that is or aren't looking for that. But Tetris Effect has some unique features, which is why I'm able to play it with such high gravity. You can do funky... You can do Tetris Dark Magic you're not supposed to be able to do in other versions of Tetris. No. Or at least you could if you knew how to play it right. Which today I don't. So yeah, how are you holding up, Mel? Still working on the Monster Hunter grind? Or I guess I've seen you playing Battlefield 6. Windows 7 was nice. I think Windows 7 was like the peak of Windows. I wish planned obsolescence didn't exist and we could just still be hanging out on Windows 7. Because Windows XP used to be my favorite version of Windows, and then Windows 7 came out, and I'm like, no, this is the peak, actually. Plus, I thought the arrow theming from Vista looked really nice. Like, maybe the glass was not necessary from a performance standpoint, but I appreciate it when our products are designed to, like, you know, feel good and not just be like... I mean, there are some things that should always be 100% utilitarian. You know, most people don't, you know, customize their command line shell to write in cursive. And when they do, it's horrific. But also, I appreciate when things that could just be brutalist and utilitarian have aesthetic considerations. Oh, Jesus. I know I have to clear another line. Oh. God. Initial lock delay, save me. Okay. Alright. Message received. I got it. I understand Tetris. Can I? No. Question immediately answered. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. 1 Ren, 2 Ren, and not 3 Ren. Maybe I should just be recording my runs when I play. Just in case I capture one where I do really well. No, no. Please, I have 3 kids. No. Fine. Fine, we'll do it. We'll do it your way. Oh, jeez. Oh. No, I should have just left it where it was. I should have just left it where it was. God, we're only at 640. And I'm at the top of the well. I can't believe I'm gonna have to pull out the other line for this, but... No. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, the alarm's going off because the game is calling the cops on my performance. Oh. Okay. Okay. There's some breathing room now. No. I need to get better at diplomacy to convince these pieces that they will fit in where I put them. Work on my Tetramino speechcraft. No, no. The opposite. The opposite of that. The opposite of that. Is my alarm still going off? Oh my god. I have a phone call. Oh my god, it was literally my sibling calling to ask me if I wanted to play Bloons Tower Defense. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that's so funny. What a method of oh, oh. Are you full of holiday cheer? I've made it to the weirdly festive Christmassy background. Oh, you. Oh my god. I still can't believe I got called up to play Bloons Tower Defense 6. That's so funny. Yes. No, no, I can do it. I can do it. That was inoptimal, but it's fine. No, the phone call, it saved my run. Oh. Oh. And then I doomed it right after. Oh. No, this is still salvageable. This is still salvageable. Although no. Yeah. I don't usually talk when I play Tetris the Grandmaster, so now it's autumnal. Vaguely. No, I should have just left it there. I should have just left it there. I know my therapist says I shouldn't use should language. Which I just used it in that statement, but I think what she doesn't understand is that I'm playing Tetris the Grandmaster 4. And that there's a lot of other priorities there. That would have been so sick if it went in the well. Okay, I'm so close. I'm just a few more lines. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. 999. 999. There we go. Now I just have to survive the credits where your blocks disappear. If you weren't aware, having your blocks disappear, kind of sucks. Uh, uh, um... Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah. 1729 could be better. 1729 could be better. But I did it. Oh my god. Oh. I should go do line laundry, but here I am. Wait. Actually, do you want to see something horrific? I have something horrific. So that's normal mode. Do you want to see Master? I will not last. Oh, fuck. This is how good I need to get. Fuck. No. Yeah, this is the mode. I need to practice this mode. Jesus Christ. 67 blocks. Oh boy. No Tetrises, really. No Peaky. What the fuck is that? All clear Tetris T-spin. What is Peaky? What is that? What does that mean? Oh. Oh. Yeah, there are people out there who can do this, like, for real, instead of just flailing wildly and managing to clear a few blocks. Initial rotation, Vivian. Remember your training. I don't know what that noise is. 57. Significantly worse. Yeah, TGM is nuts. Oh. Yeah, but we're still gonna do a harder mode though. Because I actually got a clear. Oh. If I remember correctly, once I get to 100, like, you can't advance to the next number without a full Tetris clear. But the last time I played this, they didn't have an easy version of this mode. But now they have an easy version of the hard mode, and the easy version is mandatory. You have to clear the easy mode before they will let you do the normal hard mode. Easy, normal, master, hard. Yeah, these are all words that are making sense, right? No, no. Three lines in a row. Okay. No, I had it where I wanted it. I had it where I wanted it. I fumbled it. Yeah, so see, like, it's not counting up because none of these are Tetrises. Yeah. Are there any free legal Tetris games for PC? Okay, so ones with the Tetris license? No. But if you want one that doesn't have the Tetris license or Tetris branding, and you want to experience a close approximation to Tetris the Grandmaster modes, I believe it's called Null Pomino. Let me go to my desktop here. No, I have it. Nulpomino. This application requires Java runtime environment 1.50. Nulpomino. I never know how to say this. Okay, I'm gonna Nulpomino. There we are. Yeah. So this doesn't cost money. It's free. It's an open source project. It doesn't have any of the official Tetris branding, but you can play a variety of Tetris modes in there. And I believe it might have online as well. So yeah, there's that. And if you're looking for commercial games that are cheap, this is also an unlicensed Tetris game. Tetrachroma. It's very good. It's like a retro style Tetris game, but the idea is that the blocks are different colors. And so not only do you have to make a line, but you have to make the colors match, and so the blocks change the colors of the other blocks. I've played quite a bit of Tetrachroma. When it's at full price, it's only $5. And let's see, I bought it last month and I put 16 hours into it. So it's pretty good. So yeah, TGM4 is unfortunately quite expensive. However, if this looks fun and this looks like something where you're like, damn, I want to learn how to do that, I would say go for it, because the Tetris the Grandmaster people have been wanting to put out TGM4 for... God, it's been over a decade since they've been trying to. And now there are ads. Isn't that right, little fox ferret creature thing? Oh. No, please. Damn, that was some crazy initial lock delay, though. Yeah, I still have to familiarize myself with all of the nuances of the rotation system. Okay, oh my god, wait, that... Oh, does it not require a full Tetris in the easy mode? Did I just need like a double or a triple or something? Oh, oh. Ads are starting soon, but yeah, I know you love open source games. So, I figured you want to take a look. And before Tetris the Grandmaster ever officially came to the West, I used to play Nulpomino. Jesus Christ, though. Oh. This is what I get for playing the advanced modes. That I can't really do yet. Jeez. No. Oh. Worst one yet. No, what? No. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Okay, normal 1.1. Yeah, kind of the only way. I don't know what to do with that, honestly. Oh, wait, I know what to do with that. Okay. I need to remember that soft dropping is not the way. Not the way to get blocks in place like that in, Like, I know that in theory, but, like, my muscle memory of every other Tetris game still is in there. Where you'd want a soft drop to maneuver a piece in, and a hard drop is, an instant placement. Oh, back already from ads? I'm doing normal mode 1.1, which unlocks after you clear normal mode. And this is like some classic TGM music that we're getting here. So like the original Tetris the Grandmaster cabinet had a soundtrack by Shinji Hosoe, I believe is his name. But the arcade hardware they were using was actually really bad at consistently replicating the tones you programmed in there. So he kind of had to write something that was a little atonal, because if he wrote something that was tonal and melodic, it wasn't going to get played back properly anyways. So future TGM games like TGM 2, 3, and now 4 are all on hardware that, you know, plays back the tones that it's supposed to. But TGM 2 and 3 still had, like, a soundtrack that was inspired by that, like, atonal original soundtrack. And so you kind of got, like, a mixture between atonal and tonal music, which is actually something that Shinji Hosoe would kind of become known for in the future, with the soundtracks to the Zero Escape games. This is less than ideal, but you know. And I made it so much worse. So, any other open source game recommendations? That's a good question. I think the thing is that something I've noticed is that a lot of open source games are also like recreations or source ports of other existing commercial games. You know, like OpenTTD is an open source version of Transport Tycoon Deluxe by Chris Sawyer. OpenRCT2 is Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, even if that's like the preferred way to play the game now. A lot of games are like re-implementations or very inspired by a game, or even if it's not IP. I know that there is because I know FreeCiv exists, but there's another project in the works called C7. It's still pretty early, but I think they are looking for contributors, is C7. This is an open source re-implementation of Civilization 3, but along with it, it's going to bring not just the expected things like modern display capabilities, but also enhanced modding capabilities, as well as, you know, you could use it as a template to make your own 4X game in the future, because that's something you can't currently do with Civ 3's out-of-the-box modding tools. So right now you need a copy of Civilization 3 to run it, but that might change in the future as they get artists to make asset replacements. However, on the bright side, Civilization 3 routinely goes for $1.50. Although the project's a little early now, probably to enjoy a ton. It seems that there's a lot of open source strategy games, probably because those are very, they're very PC-centric genre outside of strategy RPGs. Never played a Civ game, but you want to. Well, I mean, there is Free Civ and Free Call. When C7 comes along more, maybe. There's also one that's called Unciv, which is not like a re-implementation of any existing Civilization game, but more like a game inspired by that. I think I played it briefly on mobile. So, but to be honest, I kind of stopped looking into those kinds of games as much once I got a Steam Deck, because now if I want to play actual Civilization on the go, I can just play my existing copies of every single entry in the franchise. Especially because they routinely go cheap. Sometimes there have been like Humble Bundles before that include every Sid Meier game. And in my experience, they all tend to run well under Proton. I wonder if there is a re-implementation of Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. I think that would be really cool. That's a game that can be a little bit of a pain on modern hardware sometimes, depending on what you're doing. Because I know last time I was trying to play Civilization, or Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Whenever I tried to play it with the expansion pack enabled, it would say that I was in the year 1 trillion. I was in the year 1.6 trillion, and then the game would immediately crash. Which didn't used to happen to me. Which, you know, that's not ideal. Ultima. Oh yeah, like Ultima Underworld. Hold on. I might be able to work something out. I'll send you a message after stream. Oh. Really should have plugged that hole beforehand. Now, I've never finished this 1.1 mode here. I don't know if you get, like, 1.2 or something after that. So, if I reach the end of 1.1, I guess we'll find out. Because, I mean, I guess I could look that information up, especially because some of it might be in, like, the update patch notes, which I do read those. I do read the patch notes, just I don't think I've read every patch note for every game version. Just I started reading the patch notes also because when this game launched on PC, it was in a rough state. It's much better now. You know, a friend of mine brought up, they said, like, what if you had a blog where you reviewed every single Tetris game or something? And I was like, that's stupid, that's so much work. But then the more I think about it, is I'm just like, the more that kind of sounds, no, don't be sorry at all. I'm just having a hard time paying attention to chat because I'm using so much of my brain power. It would be something to slowly chip away at, because I don't know, because a lot of people just go like, oh, it's another version of Tetris, it's the same thing. But I don't think that's necessarily true, especially if you're somebody who's, I don't know, played Tetris. There are really good versions, there are really bad versions. But also, before the Tetris company was founded, official Tetris products, before even getting into the unofficial Tetris products, got really weird. Because a lot of them were trying to go like, okay, Tetris, we already know Tetris. We need to come up with, like, the next evolution of Tetris. So we had Tetris 2. There's Bombless, Super Tetris, Hatris. I mean, a lot of these are archived in the Tetris Forever collection, but mostly just the bulletproof software ones. Because, yeah, some of them got real weird. And even once you start getting into the Tetris company's Tetris games, like one of the first versions of Tetris I played, other than the original Game Boy version of Tetris, was Tetris Worlds, which actually had some pretty significant differences depending on which platform you bought it on, because there was a PS2, GameCube, PC, GBA, and 2 original Xbox versions, because one of them was Xbox Live enabled. And they all had content differences with each other. Not even just, like, the technical differences. And also they were trying to give Tetris a story for that release. Also for that release, this is when Alexei Pajitnov was trying to get away from the quote-unquote Tetris theme, because it's like, you know, it's just a folk song. It doesn't belong to Tetris. He was hoping that maybe we could make some original music that represented Tetris rather than just repurposing an existing folk song. So for a while there, official Tetris games would not ship with what we consider as the Tetris theme. And so Tetris Worlds did not have quote-unquote the Tetris theme, but it's kind of like a, you know, like a year 2000, 2001 attempt at trying to figure out what an original Tetris theme would look like. So it actually has like a completely original electronic soundtrack. I don't know, there's some interesting stuff in there, I think. Plus, there's like Tetris 3D. Which is distinct from Virtual Boy Tetris. But those both exist. Was that really a T-spin? Was that really a T-spin? Are we really counting whatever I just did there as a T-spin? Oh. That was so close. Oh, God. I really fucked myself there. Oh, my God. Okay, I know it's only been an hour and a half. I know it's only been an hour and a half, but I might end stream just because I've got to do my laundry. I've got to do my laundry. Thanks for tuning in. Tetris the Grandmaster is great. If TGM4 is too expensive for you, but you happen to own a PS4 or a Switch, you can get TGM1 or TGM2 for $7. $7. Think of that as like a primer to see if you'll enjoy TGM4. Also, there's PvP, although it's local only. And then with arcade mode, you can choose to play with standard Tetris block colors and controls. So you can get used to it. And so there's a standard marathon mode with sprint and ultra in there as well. So, I mean, I would recommend... It still has some TGM features in the standard mode. I would recommend eventually going to the TGM control type, but I know that it's a learning curve. But yeah, if you'd like to learn, there's all kinds of modes. There is a computer versus mode with like 100 levels of difficulty. There's a puzzle mode where you unlock JPEGs of anime girls for some reason. A reason that I cannot possibly determine. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You get giant blocks and you're trying to get all clears. I'm entirely serious about this mode. And it starts you off with guidelines for how to get an all clear. Yeah, look, she's a fast food worker. I don't know why, but it's here. There's another one. You want it there? Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's right. Have you ever seen an L spin before? It's a mode that's in there, and it has an easy and a hard difficulty. Look, if this is the mode that you want, it's here. I did it wrong. How convoluted is this setup? Yep, it's what you've always wanted from Tetris? Question mark. Got some funky, like, FM synth tune here, though. Look, balloons. Balloons. Yeah, go get a balloon. Weirdly colored balloons, though. They're like green and teal. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yep. Time to go. Bye. Take care.